Hey guys, my name is Justin and welcome to Healthboro, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe. Alright guys, so for today's video, I don't know, I've really been into this kick of this is a super trendy bag right now. Can we find anything that's very similar but, you know, either more accessible or more interesting design-wise or just better? I don't know. We'll see. There's 2 other videos. I don't know. Maybe there's a playlist or something somewhere. But then I came up with a little short list to compare to this bag. The Row Margaux bag. It looks like a tote in the shape of a bowler. So I kind of don't get the appeal. I kind of get it. It feels like doctor bag-ish, even though it's not really a doctor's bag. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like the bag is popular still because of quiet luxury old money. It has that kind of look to it. I've been rewatching the Gilmore Girls because it's fall and I'm I could totally imagine this bag in this show if it was set now. But I do think some of the really great things about the Margaux bag are the quality, the way it's handcrafted, it's beautiful, very clean, minimalist almost. I do like it as a bag shape, which is why I also found it so interesting that the Coach Empire bag also started becoming viral. I think because it has that same kind of shape, but then at a much affordable, accessible price level for, I think, the majority of people. And as long as you're not stuck up, Coach is cool, so you know, whatever. But now let's get into my suggestions. So my first suggestion is, and this is not an unknown bag at all, but it's the Aventure bag by Miu Miu. So this bag also, I think, went viral. I don't think for the same reason that I'm bringing it to this list, but I did want to bring up the parallels of the shape. Top line with curving going down. It has a similar kind of handle situation going on. I will say the hardware with the clasp and the belt in front feels a little bit more it's not it's going for Birkin or Kelly or anything like that, but it has that kind of the way that the belt goes around it. That being said, it's a very different look from the Margaux. I also think it's a lot uglier. But that's just because, I don't know, it feels very Y2K aesthetic. It reminds me of the Chloe Paddington bag, which is fine. But I do know it is very sought after, and I just wanted to also make that connection for you. Alright, so let's move on to, I think, what I would say is my first recommendation that I actually truly feel, and I'm kind of actually into it. The Hug by Ferragamo. I love this bag. Yes, it has that same shape as the Margaux, Aventure, blah blah blah, whatever, that top line curving down, but the way that the bag folds around itself using this hardware, I think is so interesting. So the creative director, Maximilian Davis, really, I think, revamped the brand in a way that feels really fresh and exciting. And I haven't really paid attention to Ferragamo until he came along and you know, revamped stuff. And the look of this bag is still very classic. It's very clean, much cleaner than the Aventure from Miu Miu. To me, the Row is quiet luxury, old money, but casual. And then this is the same thing, but a little bit more formal, maybe a little bit more of an older demographic, but still feels very fresh. And I think it still has a look where you can still wear it casually if it matches your style in that way, if that makes sense. So these last 2 bags have been kind of in that upper price range, kind of not quite at the Margaux level, but up there. This next bag I have is actually, I would say, closer to the Coach price level, which for me, that's a good thing. But the next bag I did want to talk about is the Lagune 24 Hours by Aesther Ekme. So this bag, I think, is the first kind of departure from that same look that I feel all of these bags have, by adding a couple of extra lines there, being a little bit less minimal in that respect. But I do still think in terms of structure, shape, size, it still matches the kind of vibe that the Margaux, that the Empire have going for them. I would almost say it's like a little bit more like funky and a little bit funky, a little funky, and like younger maybe. I want to say like for the trending styles now, this one makes the most sense and is the most accessible. I would say like the Miu Miu is also very much on trend with the way people dress right now, but like that price point, man, like that's crazy. This one is like under like $1,000 ish. And I do think the way that it closes and like it almost has this like padded look to the outside, it makes it feel nice. And not like how like everything like a year and a half, 2 years ago, or oh my god, was that even longer, was like puffy. No, but it just has like a little bit of like that supple feel, and I think that is actually a really nice quality to have for a bag that otherwise would be just kind of plain. All right, and the last bag I want to talk about is actually not out yet to my knowledge, but it's the Turismo by Jacquemus. The shape fully matches the vibe. I will say like this is a more summery version of the Margaux of the Empire. I will say out of any of them that match, it really is like the Margaux and the Empire that are like the most similar. I think this is the next runner-up. The only difference, however, is that it is, I would almost call it an actual like bowler bag, the way that it has a zip that runs all the way along the top. It's less of a tote bag. I know some people would also prefer to have a zip on the top, so maybe that's also a winner. I think there's also like a little leather knot applique that makes it a bit more summery, springy, a little bit more fun instead of just like this very like established, upright, kind of like, I take myself seriously. Like it feels a little bit more fun than that. Like maybe it's like, oh, I take myself seriously, but also I have affairs on my wife. I don't know. That's kind of the vibe it gets, and I will stand by that. I don't stand by affairs though. Affairs are bad. I mean, the thing is about the Turismo is like, it even has little like side strappies that like, I know it's not exactly the same that the Empire and the Margaux have, but like, no offense, but it looks like it's made to like jump on the trend. But I think it works because it just looks good. To me, it doesn't really match the aesthetics of Jacquemus. We are where we are. We're all trying to make a buck, I guess. I don't know. I like it. If it works for you, it works for you. And this is also a much more affordable, accessible price point. All right, but then that is all I have for you today. Let me know what you guys think. I honestly, maybe I'm just being influenced, but like I think I'm starting to like the Margaux. I like the Empire, but then to me the Empire seems like a lot more stiff than the Margaux. I don't know. Part of what I want from a bag is like a little bit of slouchiness right now, right? Like for some reason, slouchy is like really like doing it for me. And honestly, like I think the Margaux is the only one that can give that kind of slouchy feel. I'm like using like a VHS rewinder on my mind right now to go through all the things I just talked about. Yeah, I think so. Do you have any of these bags, or do you want any of these bags? I love hearing from you guys, and I'm just like, I haven't actually heard a review from someone that I trust. So like, you know, if you let me know how you feel about any of this stuff, I would trust you more than any of those people on social media. Except me, I'm also trustworthy. So that's all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please make sure and like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind designer luxury. Bonk. Until next time, goodbye.